Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, whichever it may be for you. Welcome to Maverick Workshop. I'm going to be doing something a little non-standard today. A lot non-standard. I had talked about it previously, but today, woo man, it is going to be a day. I don't know how exactly this is going to go, but it'll be fun. So I'm going to be making a bowl out of this. It appears to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish layers. Somewhere around 7, 6 or 7 layers. But yeah, this is going to be the top. This is going to be the bottom. And then, yeah, well, I guess we're just going to turn it around and, cut a little hole out of the middle of it, create a little recess in that middle of it on the bottom, and hopefully it'll stand up. But I don't know. Then I've got this little coin here. This is about 1 inch. I believe it is 1 inch. That I'll use a Forstner bit to cut a little recess out of for yes, 24, about 27. Yeah. So it's just under 1 inch. Perfect. So that'll be what we're going to use for that. I'll use a Forstner bit to cut that, and I'll probably end up using my little bowl chuck that I've got. Yes. But without further ado, I guess I could just hop over here. I've got the camera set up right here so I can do some of the markings that I'm going to do, and then go from there. So let's hop over there. We'll stick with that one. That'll be sufficient. Coming on over here. I can't zoom out anymore, so that's just how it's going to have to be, I guess, for that. But really, it shouldn't take too much time here. All right. Need to come back a little bit here. Boom. Yeah, I shaved. Oh my goodness, I shaved it off. Yeah. We'll hold off on that for a little bit. But here we go. Here's a closer look. This is what we're working with here. This is pretty cool. It's a 5 by 5 by 5. Well, I guess not. It's a 5 by 5 block, and then it's probably by 2.5. Where'd my speed score go? If you didn't know, I did just do a whole bunch of rearranging in here. So there is that. And some things have yet to find a home. But just looking for this. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so what we got is this, and it is, okay, it was a little off. It's about 2 1/4. About 2 1/4 tall here. And then it's by 4, 4.5. 4.5. So I guess precision, there you go. That's where we're at. And did y'all hear about the yardstick store? The yardstick store? Well, apparently they're not making them any longer. There's a joke you can use for later. Where the heck are my Sharpies? I swear, I have a Sharpie and then it disappears. I need to mark this on both sides. So I've got to get an idea of where I need to be. Okay, I guess we'll try one of these. All right, we'll see if that works. All right, so to find the center point, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of line up the straight edge on the corners here. And then just, that didn't show anything. Well, that was a bummer. Was a bummer. There we go. Goodness gracious. Let's start the day like that. Come on now. Okay, here we go. So corner to corner, not going for perfection, just trying to get marking there that I'll know the middle-ish. And we're going to flip it over and do it on the other side as well, because the way that I'm going to be turning this is with a spur bit in a live center. I know you see a Jacobs chuck, or a 4-jaw chuck in the back, but that's not what I'm going to be using, at least in the beginning. So if you really wanted to, you could also measure this. So let me put this away, get the smaller ruler here. But what you could do to confirm your positioning is hold it along the edge, but also remember that your edges are going to be a little different too. So we're at like 2 1/4, and then over here, or about 2 1/4, and over here. Imagine that, about 2 1/4. Then one more, 2 1/4. So that is, in fact, our center mark. So you can trust but verify, you know? This is going to be the bottom. And when I'm starting, I'm going to, let's see, how are we going to do that? We're going to do it that way first or the other way? I don't know. But we're going to do just a little, this is too big. We're going to do a little hole here. Just a little starting hole here, right in the middle. And then we're going to flip it over and do it again. So that is going to be where the spur center is going to be, because you can't really see it, right there in the middle. There's that, and then this one is also going to be in vicinity of, okay, I guess we'll do that one a little bigger, because that is going to be the top. I am not worried about having to bore that out, because it's all going to get cut out. So we're going to make that one just a little more defined. Yep. But the bottom one, I'm going to try to leave it alone as much as possible. For the spur center, it is there. Okay. So we've got these here. So this is the spur center, and this is the live center. And the reason this one also has the rim here is so this doesn't just push the hole right into it and potentially split it. I guess it's more relevant for wood, but it's also serves its purpose here for this as well. Let's see. Looks like the total largest possible size this can be is 4.5 inches, but it'll probably end up getting turned just a little bit smaller. So probably about 4 1/4 wide from edge to edge is how big it's going to end up being, probably, if I had to give a guess right now. You could also use like a like a compass. Use one of these little compass. You set it to half of the half the length. So if it's 5, you're just going to set the these at 2.5. Yeah, and then you just find the middle point like that. So there's a lot of interesting little ways you can use to find the middle. Oh, there we go. Now, obviously, this layer is not in good shape, so that one obviously is going to need to come off. But it's pretty thin, so this is actually what caused this to not be what it was going to be in the beginning. So it happens. It is what it is. So we're going to start. I think for this, what we're going to want to do is start by getting the corners rounded off, but we're going to put the bottom, I'm thinking, towards this side. That way we're making the bowl, right? And then we'll get like a little footprint place if we want to grab it like that and work through that. Round off these corners, and then afterwards we'll flip it over once we make a grip for our jaws. Yeah. Sounds good. Like I said, I'm not a bowl turner typically. I am just doing this because I think, one, it would be fun, and two, I think it could be really cool. So let's take a look and see how big this is too. So, all right, we're at 0. How big is this? 25, 50. It's just over an inch. Okay. I think we could still use this. It'll be all right. Just going to do it as I was going to do it before. Yeah, I think. I don't know. Maybe this won't work right. Okay. All right. Already changing the plan here. I think what I should do first is actually try to get a Forstner bit cut into that. And then make the adjustments if I need to. It's 2887. This is 1 1/8. Okay. I've got something else that is 31.2. Oh, Lord. Okay, so we can revisit that later, because I'm going to have it like that, and then I'm going to end up mounting it on my actual bowl chuck. I think that should be fine. I don't know. We're going to stumble through this. All right, get it locked into place. Get that up a little higher here. Leave it hanging. Yes. Okay. So we're not quite set yet. Need to. I'm gonna try to get so it goes just right. So on the left side on the headstock, we need the spur bit to catch and actually grab the outside right there. And then this, we just need it smashed in pretty good. So there. That is what we've got. And it shouldn't be too crazy, hopefully. But it should also be fun. It'll be fun! Okay, let's see. I'm gonna hop over there, hit Morty. Oh, sorry. I gotta get my respirator on. And my face shield. There's no telling what this is gonna do. The material, that is. Not to... This should, you know, protect my face. Could make it better, though. I don't know. Okay, gonna do a little of this. That's pretty good. Boom. And I need to grab. Where? There you are. All right, so not only is this part going to be good for protecting my face, but also keeping the air filtered. Hey. it popped out like that. How you doing? Good. I'm trying to get something turned up. Doing a bowl. Get the bowl done. Ugh. Taking a nice long time to get through this. Oh, we're getting there. Do it. Do it, man. There we go. I didn't want to touch the, didn't want to touch it. So we can actually go ahead and take it. Right. There we go. Ugh. All right, here we go. We get the fan to help. Throw it in the garbage, yeah. Hold on. I gotta get this set up a little better. There we go. Okay. Here we are. Well, we're back. I did not. Uh, 2 minute shorts, huh? So hopefully this fan will help keep the the noodles off. No promises, though. I don't want to. Oh yeah, I have seen that there were changes coming. But I didn't know what they were quite yet. Oh, that's cool. Hey, that's a good thing. Vertical and horizontal chat, be able to see each other. That'd be good. Getting there. So the bottom is obviously just needs a little bit more for a footprint. Yeah, if I can hold this with the jaws, I'm going to do that. I think that'll be the way. I don't know. This is why I don't do both. It's a mess. Good. All right, how are we looking? Are we almost smooth? Yes. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, now I need to start working on the profile. I think I'm gonna round this off quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah. All right, here we go. Go ahead and sharpen the roundness a bit. Okay. All right, here we go. A little bit more. So we want to have a nice roll to it, you know? Yeah, man, I got you. I got you. I think that's actually pretty good. Okay. Yes. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the front as well. That way I don't have to worry about cutting myself here. We're getting rid of that green one. I don't have to go too crazy here, I don't think. Just need pushing to make it so it's okay. All right, now what I'm thinking is I need to make this a little different. If I did that, that's what I'm gonna do. I got it. I got it. I'm gonna trim this down just a little bit further, and that's gonna be what I stick the dead center in. And then on the other side, I'm going to use a 60-degree live center. That way I can actually go into the bowl, have a little more access. That's what we're going to do. So I can't use my square tool anymore because I'm stopped by the live center here. So I'm going to come in. You don't have to do this like tiny or anything. Just that'll also be when I'm actually going to laser a coin as well. That way I can put it in the bottom. And the bottom is going to be there. The carbide, bro. Carbide. I'll do whatever puts the job done. So if I touch the edge of that, I don't want to do that. Okay. Make it wide top, small bottom. Finish the outside. Oh, I've got other ideas. Other plans. I'm going to flip this, put the live center in. I can leave this per center in, that's not a problem. And then I'm going to be putting it onto the jaws that close down on a bowl. And I drop it. Looking pretty cool though. So the other side, still got to get rid of that. But that's pretty cool too. So like that, and then, but we're going to use the live center. Come on, release. Hey, that's all right. At least you're talking about what you know. You're not just talking about things that are not what you do. So I'd say that's a that's a dub. Okay. Should be pretty good and pretty simple. The way I'm going to do this is I'm actually just going to leave that center there for the whole time, really. But we're going to trim that off first. And then we're going to start digging in. So, that, I'm going to need something to actually hold that. So I'm kind of an idiot, I guess. Because I need to still be able to tuck it so I can finish that last little bit. So we'll revisit that, I guess, maybe. Getting some insulation, geez. Where's my toothbrush? Huh. Let's see. This I am going to revisit right now. Get the chuck? Yeah. Yeah, I reckon it's that time, huh? We're going to switch this to a different dead center for a second. Or I can just actually use it like this. Right. Now I don't have to change it. I just need to make it flat. So, here we go. Right. So I got the chuck, got this. This needs to be squared off. That way I can actually grab it, you know? Yeah. Let's see. How are you looking? That is... Yeah, oh. Let's take a look. So... I'm gonna go this way, I reckon. How about that? Huh? Got a mediocre footprint for it to fly off and go hit my stuff over there. All right. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I know. I know you would, but what else would I use? Gotta find something that'll grab it. It ain't gonna be perfect. It's decent. Standard jaws. My footprint's not big enough. What I got? All right. Now we're gonna actually take this. Turn that into the cram hole. All right, this could be sufficient. These will give me some grip. We're going to be digging into that for a little while. So let me actually change the position of that. And I'm going to do that. All right, moving. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. I tried to prove you wrong. Just, trying to make it happen. Okay, good. That's in, that's locked, that's in place. Got the good camera view. Uh, Good enough. Hey, you're still good. No, not offended, buddy. All good. All right, I think I need to leave the top actually pretty thick, because that's where it's going to grab on the outside. So we're just going to try and shape this up just a little bit here. Getting pretty close. There we go. That's better. There we go. All righty. So we're going to get up in here. Yeah, there we go. He's up there, Buttercup. Alrighty. Okay, camera. Gonna move you again. That way. And pivot. Alright, hold on, friends. Let's see, where are we? Okay. Whew. Okay, so it's kind of a cheat code having these layers to where I actually know how deep I am. So that's kind of cool. Okay, I can feel it. I can feel it trying to grab the edge. Means I gotta change positions here. Feeling at least. Woo! So we got a red and then blue, and then when we get to the pink, I think that's when I should stop. No, you didn't. You didn't do that. Oh, getting there. Okay, green, and then blue. I can start seeing the blue here. Like I said, once I get to the blue, we'll know that we're nearing the the pink. Let's try some of this action. Hmm. I'm gonna have to just swap tools. That's sufficient. Here we go. All right, so there's the blue. I wonder if we're near the yellow yet. No, we're getting there though. So I got to clear this out. We're feeling pretty meaty, so I got some work to still do here. Go ahead and a little of this. Hey, Brian, how you doing, sir? No, this is the OG channel. I just do different projects over here. But it's good to see you again. Yeah, doing good. How was your holiday? It was a good time for us. Busy times, but it was a good time nonetheless. This is also a very non-standard project for me. I am not a bowl turner. Despite what your eyes may show you. Oh, man. You were on vacation? Heck yeah, dude. Where'd you go? Or you just take time off? Here, get out of here. Time off, stayed home. I hear that. That's what I used to do. That is vacation enough when you just can chill. You chill for a while. Be careful. No, don't get crazy. Come on, guys. You got it. Literally. Don't take it easy. Oh, shit. I felt it. I felt it. I tried to tilt it. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's when it gets caught. And then it makes a big old stick out or something. It's violent. It can get violent doing that. I don't want any violence. We want success. Dude, no failures. Right. Okay. Spend time with the family? Wonderful, dude. I love hearing that. That's what I do too. Okay, let's clean this off right quick. I mean, okay. Okay, that needs to be a little loved. This, still pretty thick. Still pretty thick. Oh. For the bowl, they said it would be so much fun. It'd be so much fun. Although I gotta say, I have looked around. Ugh. Can I make the video quality better? I don't know. I don't think so. Does it look bad? It could just be dusty. Let's see. And I turned off the autofocus because that would have been just always trying to chase it down. Yeah. No. Come on. Almost there, I think. You don't want to see the back of my head. Sorry. Getting all up in there. I don't know him. Weird. Your phone cam. We're almost there. I am so close. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Huh. I'm not sure what that is. I'd have to look at it. All right, I need to get rid of that green right there. All righty. All right, so we're here. Okay, I'm just gonna probably leave it like that, and then start carving out the other spot. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna start making this a little thinner. So everything feels pretty uniform inside here. Gonna have to sand it, obviously, but gonna. So before I do that, I want to go ahead and get the outside sanded and polished, I think, or just sanded. I'll buff it actually. That way I can mount it on the other thing and then be able to take it off. A little far away with it. Alright, nice and easy. Could have already been done, but I didn't do it. Just a little bit. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, gonna bevel this a little bit more. More than one stick up. Right? Oh yeah, perfect. There we go. Oh yeah, definitely not gonna go too thin on this. I have to keep it thick because it's also gonna be able to travel. It's gonna be in our show box. If it makes it to the finish line, it is. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Got a nice heavy bottom. I'll flip it over once I figure that part. Once I get that part taken care of. Yeah. Yeah, I think I want to wet sand very quick. Yeah. Little vacuum in. Oh, I turn it at an angle all the time, man. I always tilt it. except for when I'm scraping. Then I kind of lean it into that side that I need it on. Yeah. Kind of use it like that. But yeah, I think pretty good. Just gonna go ahead and vacuum a bit. Hop over here for a second. Boom. Alrighty. No, you're good, man. All good. All good. Well, I'm no pro at bowls, but I have turned a big bowl. No. Try it out here, so that here is easy. You're like, hey, I have turned a bowl before, but it has been a while. Okay. Pot this, do this. A mess. So I'm thinking just hitting right here with the wet sanding, and then there's that. There. Okay. Alrighty. Right on, man. Have a good day. I'll see you around, I'm sure. All right, that is good enough. If you tilt the tool aside while making it work like a negative rate. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Not going to do any crazy sanding, just I got to get the well, actually, hold on. That's going to be inside, so I need to actually do the inside. Idiot. It should be able to hold on while I'm doing the little bit of sanding I got to do. Okay. All right. I'm actually just going to go ahead and take that little bit out right there. Yeah. Just going to go ahead and knock that out. Okay. All right, get the mask back on. Hey. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. All right. I'm just going to take that little nipple off, I guess. Let's see. All right. Why does that feel so damn small? I can just do it like this. Maybe. All right, almost there. Just going to get that piece, or that spot, a bit flatter before I actually separate it. Yeah, there we go. All right. So we'll turn down the speed here. Alrighty. Enough. How far am I? I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I'll be honest. I haven't paid too much attention to it. So probably a good few thousand hours, couple thousand hours. So we're gonna go for a little ride. Come on, get out of there. All right, so the camera's in the firing line, so we'll see if how well that goes. Hopefully it doesn't fly off and smack the crap out of it. All right, I'm just going to try to clean up the middle here. I've got it turned down quite a bit because I don't have it supported like I did before, and I don't have a lot of confidence in the tenon that I've got here. So taking it nice and easy. Get that fan blasting in that. Yeah. That's a good spot. Right. Take it easy. Take your time. Don't have to go crazy. You can do this. No problem. Easy, easy, easy. Okay. Let's see what we're looking like and feeling like. Hey. I appreciate it. We don't sell them though. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do have more blanks of it. It's just they're all cut up to be pins. And yeah, I am a pin maker. Okay, that's pretty flat. Need to do a little pass right quick. Okay, let's do that here. Does that work? Oh, yes. Boom. Boom. Okay. I think I'm actually going to hit the pause button for a minute and think about it for a little bit. Give me a sec. I'll get this reconfigured right quick. That's off. That's off. There. Whew. You ready for this? I don't know if you're ready. Hey. I shaved yesterday. A little more than I intended to because I was, thinking about doing a mustache, but wife was not interested in that at all. So just had to start over again. That's the way it goes, I reckon. But this is looking pretty good. But yeah, as far as the actual blocks go, I don't have any that aren't cut up right now. And it is a very touchy thing to do. Like, here's a block, but I've cut them. So I got nice little blanks. Then I've got some slabs. That way we can, kind of see the difference of them. There's two different ones. But yeah. The blanks or the lack of hair? Let's see. Let's see. Need to get Abby out here for a second. Have her take a look. Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. I shave off like a decade when I do that. It's pretty cool. Ready for a cameo? Yeah. But yes. Whew. Yeah, I think the camera also is pretty dusty. uh, you talking about the block? I mean, the other thing that I've got over there is pretty cool. I was going to make a different type of thing out of it. It was going to be blanks, right? But I'll just show you. Pin blanks. So I took one of the slabs and then I cut it into 5. I ripped it into 5 more pieces, or 6, something like that. 6 more pieces. So I'll show you one of them. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so here was the slab, and then I cut them into small. Here, let me fan them out so that kind of gives it that cool wow factor. There. So they're pretty thin, and so my plan was to actually slice them like this, and then do a little sanding to make them as flat as possible, and then shuffle them in with maybe another set. I don't know. I don't know if I want to shuffle them like cards or do them opposite or what, but this has been here for quite a while as well. But these are pretty cool. But yeah, this is only a slab. And it's it'd be enough to make like 5 pins. Or 5 pin blanks, I guess. I bet you would. It takes about a month to make them. It takes us about a month to make them. Well, it takes Abby about a month to make them. But and they're pretty heavy too. I'm not sure how heavy, but a block is pretty heavy. But yeah. Got a few. But all of them are cut, so. And we make pins out of them. I can cut 25 blanks, and that makes it so I can make like 12.5 pins. But they're, yeah. I'm going to pass off to Abby here for a moment so I can go replenish my water, have her look at the bowl.
Where's my stool?
Right there. I got a sand.
Wow, that's a mess.
Your mess. But I will be right back.
Really cold out here. He's crazy.
If you need.
I'm gonna go over my zipper.
Here. We'll actually just.
Ew, it's all wet. You been spitting on it?
Breathing on it. Albert. Well, you missed it. Let me show you. Watch out, you.
Not me, sorry. I'm not what he's trying to show.
Here's a stratified bowl. Sorry. There's one view. Then there's another view. So I just got to get that sanded, and then, well, a few other things, but yeah. But it's good seeing you, and
I'll be right back.
I will be right back, but I'm gonna have Abby here.
Wow. Too much zoom.
Oh,
Zoom
I zoomed
out.
all the way. Okay. But yes, welcome to Maverick Workshop. This is my wife Abby, and I turn for a living, and she makes blanks and does that for a living. We work together.
Yes.
But yes, I will be right back. Don't take that off of the thing, okay?
It was a debacle of him shaving. It went from I'm just trimming it to I'm gonna cut it off to a really bad handlebar mustache just to make me and the kids scream at him of like, no, not allowed. And he had his other we were like, so yeah, it doesn't last long though. But yeah. Sorry, he's being really loud with the compressor. That's John. I'm Abby. We run a couple of small handmade businesses for a living that are centered around things that John turns on the lathe. And my part in all of it is I make all of our resin blanks, as well as do most of the finishing of any of our pens. So we make both fountain pens and craft pens, diamond painting pens. So I do all the sanding and all the businessy side, and John gets to turn stuff for a living. So this particular material is what we call stratified, and that John moved everything, so I'm gonna have to look for a second of where it is, and that is just what we named our layered blocks that we use to make fountain pens out of, as well as other stuff. So this particular is just like a slice from one of our blocks. It's made out of resin, and this bowl that he just made was out of like a half block kind of piece that needed to get taken out so that I could start a new block. And he decided to make a bowl out of it. So it's a mess. You can't see all of the noodles that are the mess everywhere, but it's yeah, colorful mess. Your boys have never seen you without a beard. Isn't that a funny realization? I don't know how old your kids are, but there was one point when John was traveling overseas and he shaved his head while he was gone, like bald, like all the way bald. And when our girls saw it, one of them, Stella, I think it was Stella, she said, nobody's gonna love you anymore over John's bald head. Anyways, and they also, even now that they're 9 and 11, almost 10 and 12, they still were like, whoa, your face, it's your whole face. You should. It's worth it, because even though they've seen him, it's been a while since he's shaved, at least a year or more since he shaved it all off, and their responses are hilarious every time. And then he gets me with the terrible mustaches that none of that for me, thanks. But yeah, I did a little overview on the stratified.
He wants a block. It's like
nope, sorry. Nope. Nope. It is the one material that will always only be ours, because it's like our whole thing, and it takes forever. It is a pain. Your oldest is 12, so yeah, our oldest daughter is also, she turns 12 in March, so that's crazy. 12 years is a long time to go without anyone seeing your face. But anyways, yes, they got a kick out of the bald head and his naked face. Oh, yeah, we won't say more than that.
it's ready for you to sand it.
I'm not doing that. That's your job.
What? Sand it?
Oh.
What?
I don't wanna.
We just do the inside and then
It's
the
cold.
rim. Then I can mount it on the other chuck, and then I gotta cut the bottom, and then we gotta sand and polish that. I gotta cut a recess to put the coin in too.
So you're doing it, not me, right? Yeah, no blocks for you. No blocks for anybody. No blanks for anybody. You can have a pen. You can buy a pen. No, but it's really, it's like a month plus, and we don't make them as quickly as we used to because I changed the way I pour my blanks. But yeah, no, that's our secret sauce. But really, you're not gonna do it. You're gonna make me do it.
Well, yeah. You're the sander.
You are so dusty.
Thank you.
Like, you need a shower. This is gross. Wet.
Sorry. Are you ready to do it, or I can move it to your lathe?
Yeah, that'd be better. Do that. I'm gonna get water.
All right. Hey. No. No, it wouldn't. Yeah. Shoot, I'm hesitant to even say, but each blank for the rod, I mean, you could do it. If you did it, that'd be cool. Then you could make a different size too. But yeah, this let's see. When we make them into fountain pens, I don't know. That's why I left it for you. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, none of them are on this camera, but I'm going to take the opportunity to clean up a little bit over here. All righty. There you go. You didn't miss it yet. Oh, all the way. But yeah, this is what it's looking like right now. And then Abby's going to go ahead and get it sanded. I'm going to keep it relatively shallow. But then once once she does the inside and the lip here, then I'm going to flip it around and put it onto a different, the bowl jaws, the ones that are like triangles. And then it's going to use the little silicone things to grab it. Boop. Yeah. I'll put it on for you.
Okay.
Don't spin it too fast. You see that tenon?
It's very small.
It's very small. So don't stand in the firing line of it either. So you need to be off to the side. No, don't do your best. No. I just need you to do the inside. And like the first 2 layers on the outside. Because I have to flip it around and then cut the tenon off. Yeah. But we have to do the inside. What? Mike, it's good to see you. Good to see you, man. Shaved. Oh, Mike. Oh man. That's not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. But I'm not the blank maker, so there's that.
Stratified. I'm not saying no other blanks.
No, he was saying, send it to me. I'll make a bowl out of it, and then I'll even send it back. Because he just wants it for the content aspect of it, which is clever and smart. You're doing the inside, right? Okay. And then make sure the rim stays pretty flat, because that's how I've got to grab it. Yes. Can I point the camera at you a little bit? Let me get this one. Oh, I already have, and mine too, that I am not a bowl maker. Here, let me get this set. But yeah, I'm not the, I just get to play with all the blanks. Okay, let me take a look and see what we are looking at here. And I shall adjust this right quick. Okay, it's going to be pretty zoomed, I'd say. But it should be okay. Okay.
Inside, kind of something outside.
Yeah, that's why I have that little sponge tool. It's got the spinny thing.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Pretty small. See your focus face. That's okay.
Definitely feel the light.
Just a little bit. There's glitter in that red. And I think that's what you're feeling. Yeah.
You don't feel it.
Oh, Ben, you've tried to make it before? It really is a labor of love. And you can mess it up. And that, believe it or not, is, well, that's what happened to that one. It didn't survive the all the layers. But yes. Oh. That's crazy. It looks like I could be on the right side or left side of you.
What?
Because it's got mirrored image, I could be on the left or right side of you. We're also going to buff, so don't worry about polishing it. Okay? Just sand it, and then we're going to buff it. I think. What do you think? I just didn't want it to be... Huh? I just worry about turning it up at a high speed. Well, if you turn it on high speed, then you put the pressure on it, it's going to kind of give it that little, I don't know, not quite a fulcrum, but it's going to give it that like pressure to kind of make it wonky, you know what I mean? So we could, but I just don't want it to hurt you. You tried to compliment her, but she's not falling for butter talk.
Oh, I can't see
Yeah, she can't see the chat, but
I'm not.
um, but yeah, she's over there just doing that part, and then I'll come back over here. I'll do that, and then I'm tidying up over on this side over here. But yeah, this is very much a one-off project. What? Well, you want me to change it?
Good side, y'all.
Are you on the vertical one or the horizontal one? Okay. You want the mic? Here. I give you the mic. You want it? Yeah. I'll clean her over here.
Let's
They probably don't
see.
hear me grunting.
Want you
I do the old man thing.
Oh, you tried to make the layered stuff. Yeah. So like John said, this was one that a particular layer that ended up going in it. As soon as we got it out, and really probably before I even put it in the pressure pot, it was a neon layer, and the neon pigments sometimes don't like to break down correctly, and it just did weird stuff. And I knew that we weren't going to be able to make fountain pens out of it. And it was, I don't know, not quite halfway down in the particular block. So we just decided that it would be better to take the whole thing out. A bowl blank. I mean, I have a couple different molds that would probably work for that. This particular one is a 5 by 5 by 5 mold that we didn't obviously pour 5 inches on this one. But the only thing about that, because we haven't even priced anything like this because we make stuff out of it, you know what I mean? And we typically wouldn't sell any blanks bigger than, like a normal pen blank. We've never sold bigger blanks. So I'd have to figure out how to price such a big, solid, block of resin, because if you're a resin caster, especially if you use some of the turning resins like Alumilite, it is expensive stuff. So I'd have to figure out how much that would even cost.
Know what we can get.
What?
I know what we can get out of it. Stratified block.
Yeah, of making fountain pens out of it, sure. But I'm not even gonna bother trying to price what we would price stratified blanks out, because no one's getting those, for one. But other resin blocks, I don't know how to price that either. And also, these layers, they are done partially intentionally. I don't know how else to put that, but block pouring versus vertical blank pouring, which is all that I do, is super different. And I don't know that I could on purpose do some of the cool effects that I know very well that other people that are block makers can do. It's just not my area of expertise. And it takes a lot of resin for the most part to make blocks deep enough to get those effects anyways. So that's where I am with that in particular. Oh, I hate CA, y'all.
How'd you use CA?
I decided it needed a little bit of CA.
Okay.
Let's even out layers. And,
Okay.
but that's what I was doing. It's we use mercury adhesives. Oh, the camera's over here. This is the Thin Flex, and it's their accelerator. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it. See where we're at. Pretty cool. So I sanded it from 240 up to 600 prior to doing the CA. And then now I'm going back in, starting at 600 because I don't really need to go any more coarse than that. Then you're just trying to get out scratches that you're putting in it instead of knocking off the high ridges of the finish here. And this finish, obviously, I didn't do a ton of coats, so a lot of it will come off, but it kind of helps, I don't know, adhere the layers and to fill any sort of gaps or crevices or whatever that can form when doing a layered project like this. And we use wet to dry sandpaper that I buy in big packs of sheets, and then I cut to fit in our little Harbor Freight sectioned thingy for wet sanding. I think it's a block like that one is made from extra resin from production. Yes, yes, it is. And that's why we have so many different colors. We have so many different, like very different layers, just because, you know, we run a full business of me making all of our pen blanks for both our diamond painting pens and fountain pens. We don't very often buy any other materials that are resin anyways, or not materials that we can make. And so when I'm making these, I will sometimes intentionally not put a particular layer in, whether it's now those neons or glitters that don't turn out right when you cut them, like for fountain pens and stuff. But yes, yeah, it's definitely, and I don't want to call it like a waste block or anything, because it's really not. But yeah. So we sand for our resin 250 up to 2500, and then polish normally. And I still think I am going to polish this because John won't be able to hit it with the buffing wheel on the inside, and I want it shiny. But I normally, for the polish that we use, you turn it up, and I think I'm gonna try to keep it pretty slow so that this thing doesn't fall off and smack me. Yeah, I have to get in here at the bottom, and then I'm gonna scooch because John will have to be the one that suffers and hears it.
Old habits, huh?
Yes, I was flipping it up like I do every time I'm doing any other thing on here. Pretty good, pretty good. Not perfect because it's much bigger than what I normally work on. I think I've said that, but like, you know, most of the things that I sand are this big and like that, or like itty bitty. Yeah.
Right. Good.
What? Yeah, I'm gonna polish it some.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
You stabilize.
Move your tailstock back.
I get it. We have been asked before, but something that we've, I don't know, just realized, especially within the crafting worlds or small makers as ourselves is our materials are one of the biggest things that sets us apart in general. So we like to try to keep our things so that they can continue to set us apart. Because I did sell blanks for a little while, fountain pen blanks. And I really appreciate anybody who purchased and used them, because I did love seeing other people's pens from them. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you just got to keep your thing as yours, I guess. I'm sure John's already talked about this too, but the stratified in particular are a more difficult material to work with because some layers don't want to stay together and want to separate at the layers. And we've definitely had pens and projects and even finished stuff do that. Well, not all the way finished, but stuff that doesn't make it over the finish line because it's had some kind of fault in it. And normally I would be polishing this. I think the recommended for Magic Juice is 2500. I typically only do it about 16 just because I don't feel like changing the belt on my lathe. And right now I'm just doing it at a little under 1,000 because I don't want to crank it up too much. Or pour blank. Yeah, I bet they do. There's not a ton of people that do that. So it's similar to what we're doing here with our stratified. And it makes for very unique things because there's no way, even on purpose, that I could get this exact kind of like pattern for layers again. Man. Outside looks good. Inside was hard to polish. That's about as good as it's going to get.
Perfect.
For you, sir.
Swap it over.
Okie dokie.
This won't take me very long. So. Where's my key handle?
I don't know. You didn't bring it over here. You wouldn't even let me spin this on there myself.
I might have you come finish it over here. I don't know if the other jaws will actually.
Oh no, probably not.
Fit.
I'm not sure that we really will need to do any more finishing of it because the bottom is going to be sitting on the table anyways. And I did pretty well around the edge, so I think it'll be done.
Okay.
After you cut the tenon off. It's hard to do. It doesn't really get shiny there on the inside.
I know. Trust me, I know. That's what happened when I made that big bowl. Remember?
Yeah.
See, here we are. Our shiny. The thing about it too is they're not all the same size layer. Yeah, this was pretty cool. A red layer.
It's translucent. It
It's
was
translucent,
called,
but it's got green under it, so it kind of has like
Huh.
a look that it's the land. Okay, I'm gonna switch this over. You come over here and stand here in the M50.
ta-da, sanded.
Just switch over to the M50 on both of them.
Oh, sorry. With this one?
The 50 M50.
Oh, it's labeled. Sorry.
Goofball.
The other one's already on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we know that we could sell blanks and then that would be a whole other thing. But for now.
There's the little, oh crap. It's so small. There you go. That's the little tenon that my pin jaws were holding on to. But I didn't want her to crank it up too high. So I gotta get this switched over. So
John's gonna move the other camera.
Huh?
You gotta move that camera. So
I will once I get this
Oh, sorry. Anyways, I know people have entire businesses selling blanks as well. Maybe at some point we'll revisit that. It's something that we might want to do. I find, or at least this is what I have found of doing that for a little bit. I make blanks every week. I make 50 or around 50-ish, sometimes more. Sometimes I do double batches. So this week we're up to like 80 plus blanks this week. And I like doing them for our own projects. But what I found when I was remaking certain blanks or colorways for customers for them to buy our blanks, I don't enjoy that as much. It feels more like, I don't know, resin work is very much like a creative, artistic process. It's a lot of working with colors and timing and all that stuff. And it's like trying to force art, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I don't get the same joy out of it. And I get it. This is our job, but at least I get to have some say on what I want to do and what I don't. And when I remake blanks, which I have done, they're never exactly the same because you're working with a liquid product, and that's hard to convey because you obviously want people to be happy with what you're making for them to use. So that's the whole thing too. Benjamin said he's impressed that the pin jaws hold it.
Nice.
What the bowl?
Yeah. He was impressed that the it held.
Oh, that the little, yeah.
He was anticipating it to fail.
We'll figure it out.
You're not living life on the edge.
The bowl blank thing was more of just a warning that I don't usually make like the thickest block kind of blanks that I make on any sort of regular basis are like our little two pin blanks, or maybe the 3 little block, which actually I think I have here too. Other than the stratified that you see, that's like the biggest that I typically make. This one's going to be really cool whenever John gets to it. But yeah, this more of it's just not my forte. John's messing with his bowl jaws. What are they? Yeah, they are.
They're called coal jaws.
Not bowl jaws. Come on.
Well, they are, but they're called coal jaws.
We don't make bowls very often.
Ooh.
We don't make things much bigger than pins very often. If we used more wood or more hybrids, we'd probably end up figuring out how to stabilize our own as well. It's just one of those things, I don't know, because that way you can do it exactly the way you want to do it, as far as making your own materials. We do enjoy mixing it up and making stuff out of other materials, like the Juma is really cool. Oprex obviously turns out pretty amazing, and I can't make anything that's anywhere similar to that. So, and we've got some cool micarta and stuff that we don't work with super often, but it's also pretty unique. So either we make it if we can, or the things that we purchase are things that I cannot make.
Same for products.
What do you mean?
Like pens. We buy Cavecos. Like,
I have bought other pens that we probably would make, but we like to support other makers too, especially when they got something cool. But yes, in general, that is the most part for our pens. Because there's a few I want to at least try at the upcoming pin shows, and by try I mean like write with, just because I have, written with Bach and Joe. Joe is what we use. Bach is what a few other makers like us use. We have the capability of it, but it's, I don't know. We're sticking it with one nib. Yeah, try to keep inventory of two different nibs like that are from two different suppliers. Isn't something we want to do, but John has a Pilot vanishing point and another Pilot. So I've written with some of those. God Lammy, Safari typical. John bought a really cool vintage Esterbrook sometime last year at one of the other pin shows, and I actually really love that. It's a little bitty pin. And then we like the Quebecos.
It's a bladder filler.
It is, which is weird, but I like the way that one writes. Very wet. It's a wet writer. But yeah, I haven't tried any of the newer Esterbrooks, or like Visconti's super popular. Sailor. What else? I don't know. I want to try writing with some of the big brand pens too, because we do enjoy a little collecting of stuff that's not our own. I have lots of pens that I have either John gifted me, because we make pens, or are ones that are from particular like colors that I was like, one of those is mine. Or sometimes I end up keeping the ones that aren't quite perfect. So I've got quite a collection of our own pens. But I'm also one of those people that like, I have ink in most of them because I need all the different colors. I need options. If you want to start stabilizing materials, very cool. If we do that at any point, we'll definitely let you know. Right now, even with us having moved everything around for our workshop and John to like put the new tool chest in, we do not have room for a vacuum chamber and the stabilizing stuff. And to be honest, I'm a mess. I'm a mess already with resin. The sticky cactus juice, it just further mess that I don't need to make. So. Good?
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and knock it out while you're chatting.
Okay.
But that's okay.
If I can try to chat while it makes all that noise. It's so loud. You change the scene so I don't click on everything to just find it.
I'll get her.
Yeah, I'm sure that it's totally with like learnable. But the other thing is with cactus juice, doesn't it needs to be heat like cured, similar to what some resins do. And we don't have room for that either. And I have heard that that's how you can ruin your own oven. And I would ruin it. Nice.
That's pretty good, right?
That's good enough.
We could zoom it out just a little. And then that way.
Ooh, weird.
And then this. Come over there.
And I absolutely learned by mistake. Mistakes in general. That is what happened. Well, John made the thing, so I'm not tall enough. With resin has been any lessons I've learned is because I've made that mistake. You know what I mean? So what we've done in the past when we have like, I don't think stabilizing is really what I would call it, but we have used shellac to lacquer the surface of hybrid like burl before putting it into pour resin on it. So we've coated it in shellac and then put it in our pressure pot. Yeah, so and the thing about slow curing resins, I mean, there's a couple things. One, we don't work with them. All of our resin that we have is the speed set, kind of quick cure resin, because that's what's used for turning and for pen making. I've used art resins, so like actual epoxy resins like Total Boat and some other craft resins that are the slow cure, because you know that allows the bubbles to naturally rise and come out. But our workshop is so dusty that even the projects that I've done with slow curing resin, they're kind of end up being a mess. And I found that I really don't like working with it. And yeah, we don't have a vacuum chamber. We do have pressure pots though. So when I do the shellac for the hybrids, we shellac it, you put it in the pressure pot so it seeps in, it's pushed into the pores and let it cure. And that usually does enough so that air isn't escaping from the wood after we pour the resin and put it back in the pressure pot. So that's work to fake, stabilize stuff on the couple of projects that we've done that on. But we just don't do it very much. We used to have a fountain pen blank maker that we liked that did hybrid fountain pen blanks out of really long hybrid pores. And we've made quite a few pens from that, but he stopped making them. So I don't even know if we have any left. And John moved everything. So I don't know where any of the stuff is. But we used to buy some hybrid fountain pen blanks. I'm trying not to get in his way so I don't get smacked with an elbow. He's cutting off the tenon, and I think he said he was going to put like a little channel so we could put a coin at the bottom of it, like we've done with a few other bowls. And I don't do any of the turning here, other than the fact that y'all saw my lathe. That's only for sanding, and occasionally he'll drill stuff on my lathe. Pressure pot and Venturi valve. Interesting. That's a cool layer. But that's cool. Well, I'll keep that in mind if we ever have to do any vacuuming of things, or we'll just ask someone else to do it. So
What?
We're talking about vacuum chambers and wood and stabilizing and
Oh. Almost done.
he's yelling at me because he's got his earphones in. Earbuds.
What?
Nothing. I'm not talking to you. He can't hear me.
What?
Nothing. Also, the bearings in his jet lathe are very loud. Mine's pretty loud now too.
I have to change the view so I can get the view that the camera is seeing. Bloop. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do. In the line of fire, but I got my coin that I'm going to do.
Hello. John is finishing up the bottom of a stratified bowl he just turned. So it was from a 5 by 5 by maybe 3 or 4-ish block that had a layer that didn't work out for us to keep pouring for stratified. So we took that part of the block out, and it's finally getting made into a cool little display bowl that we'll probably bring to pin shows and maybe put some of our stickers or something in it. Yeah. So we've already done, he's turned it. I've done the sanding and polishing of the outside and as best as I could on the inside. And now he's cutting a Is it called a mortise? I'm actually not really sure.
This is a mortise, yeah. Good job!
Yay, go me! He's cutting a mortise for the coin that he's going to engrave in the bottom. Yes, it is multi-streaming, both on YouTube, one in vertical and one in horizontal. Because apparently the YouTube, like as far as algorithm and new people finding videos, apparently the vertical is really good for that. So that's kind of the goal, is to find more people that enjoy watching what John's doing and turning and stuff. You do the bottom of the bowl first. We don't do mini bowls. This is
okay. If it was a bigger bowl, I would have done a better mortise in the beginning,
and held it with that.
and then held it with the jaws. But this bowl is really small, so I decided to use a tenon to
Tiny tenon,
clamp it.
which worked fine. Yes, you're hearing chats from the two different. Yeah, I will try, and John, I'll remind him to say the question that we're answering, maybe, so that it doesn't get confusing, so that people know, what we're talking about. We're not just randomly talking about stuff, but John does that a lot too. Yeah. He did try to multi-stream on Twitch and YouTube, but that gave us some issues, and we decided to unlink those and keep the Twitch as a gaming Twitch instead of trying to put the woodworking stuff on there. So
Almost.
you could do whatever you like, whichever stream you want to watch. I can see all of the comments from both, and so can John. But if you're confused ever of why you're not seeing something typed out but are hearing an answer for it, that's why. Don't put the camera, so I have to stand on my tippy toes on the vertical one anyways. Here you are, all together. No, feel free to jump in and put whatever you want in there. You stabilize all of your burls now. The vacuum chamber is not the cost of it, it's the cactus juice. Yes, actually, when we first started making blanks, we made the complete newbie mistake of buying a vacuum chamber, thinking it was a pressure pot. We just didn't have any idea when we started out. And actually, before we bought our nice pressure pots, the California Air Tools pots, we did the whole janky Harbor Freight conversion of the paint pressure pot to a blank making pressure pot, which sucked and killed our compressor. But yeah, we used to buy Alumilite from a company called Turntex, that I know that they also, I think their bigger part of their business is selling cactus juice, which yes, is also not cheap. You're wanting to do your first pour because you got the California 2.5. Nice. They are amazing. We have 2 5-gallon. I think it's the size of them. Anyways, I think we have 2 5-gallon of the California Air Tools pressure pots. They hold pressure amazingly. We've never had any issues with them leaking, because that was the big issue with the Harbor Freight one, is it leaked. So that meant the compressor was constantly running.
Hey, we have it leaks now because we got all over the seal.
Because we need to replace the rubber gasket, which I already have. We just haven't done.
You ready to sand that?
I don't think we need to sand it. Leave it alone. Do I have to sand it? And if you want.
What do you think?
I mean, it's just gonna sit. I guess maybe I should sand it to make sure.
Maybe smooth it out a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta get the little coin out of there.
The coin channel I made it a little bit too big.
Don't care.
So it's gonna have a little bit of play around it.
Well, it's gonna get glued in there and then sit there, so we can still try to glue it in the middle.
Yep.
People won't see the bottom very often, anyways, right?
I don't know if I don't look at the bottom at all, ever.
Yeah, us maybe when we pick it up. I was saying we might bring it with us to pin shows, so we could put stickers or something in it, because it's cool.
So, do you want to do it over here or over there?
I'll just do it here, so I don't it doesn't have to be perfectly sanded and polished, right?
Correct.
I'm just gonna grab my cup of water and put a couple things in it then.
Yes. I saw that that this morning. Somebody was saying that what is the point of having a reverse on the lathe? And you know, somebody actually said something like that. It's like, well, you run it backwards to put the material back on.
That's not how that works. I don't know if they heard you because I have the mic.
I saw it was taken.
Okay.
Let me uh-oh. There we go. Here.
You need to move the camera.
Your mic is dead. I had to fix it. There. There we're good. She's fussing at me for the camera right now. The camera angle.
No, it's in my way.
Let's see.
See?
Relax. Here, let me move this around you. Yoink. Sorry. Going for a ride. There we go. That's good. All right. Thank you, Michael, for that. I saw that it wasn't picking up and I was like, oh no! But she was yeah. No, it gives it a better finish on wood. I have heard it, but you know, I don't try it because I don't turn wood. Although I did yesterday, watch the end of the stream, I turned a olive wood pen on a Big Ben kit. So I haven't done very many kits, but that was one of them.
Enough.
Okay, you want to polish it at all, or
No, I don't want to polish the bottom. That's
look?
silly.
We got some min wax. You can use some min wax. Renaissance wax. Sorry, Renaissance wax. Well, I'm gonna call it what it is. Okay, you want that? That's fine too. It doesn't matter. Knocks the fibers down better. Because it just starts getting it spun and then it gets it set. But yes, I was going to do my first pin. However, I still want to have the script ready to rock and roll for when I do that. Cool. That's okay. Here, you can take it out since you finished it. There's the T-handle. And there's that. So put your hand on the other end of the bowl and then use the T-handle to take it out. I think it smells good. Did you seed it? You guys seed it. It needs to be flush with the outside of the circle. No. All right, so you have the good camera view. You can use it right there.
Hey, hold on, give me a second. So, not the best sanding and polishing job on the inside, but pretty cool on the outside. The bottom looks nice.
I'm gonna go laser a coin. So this is actually like a golf
Golf T marker.
a T marker, yeah, a T marker. And I'm just gonna laser it, and then that's what I'm gonna use in the bottom. It did. Thank you for doing it. You did good work. And now that can go into that. Here.
What?
Boop. And then boop. Boop. There. Whoops. Good to go.
What are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, pretty.
Ooh.
What are you doing?
Nothing?
Oh, okay. Well, the layers in this turned out pretty darn cool. Here, take your
That's
tea.
got to come inside.
Well, I know. I want to put it down for a second so I can hold this. Can't really see the translucently here, but this layer, this red and green layer, which was from the watermelon blanks that I did, I think a couple years ago now. This is definitely an older block.
That thing has been around for
It's
years.
like 2 or 3 years old now. I can tell by the colors that I poured.
This is the biggest bowl I've turned on the lathe.
It needs to go back inside. This is my stuff bowl.
I know. I dumped it all out.
Well, you're gonna put it all back.
But this is pretty cool.
Oh, I really hate the way that smells. Thanks.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You got the cry cut. So I own a cry cut, and it's not actually a cricket. I just call it a cricket because it kind of looks like cricket. That is super cool for inlays. Very neat. I am not computer illiterate necessarily, but anything that has like a program that I've got to deal with, like that, like the laser, like the 3D printer, I'm just bad at. I mess it up, and I got so frustrated with the cry cut that it lives under my desk now. But anyways, cool little bowl. Really, really cool patterns in this like blue, purple, and white layer. And then the bottom has a super cool pattern too. And this was a pastel picnic or something. Spring picnic. I don't remember what I called it. But yeah, like 3 years ago for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I don't blame her. The machines are against me. I got to do all this stuff by hand. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like messing with the computer over stuff like that.
We have actually cut. What's the
abalone shell?
Abalone shell.
With the laser, cut shapes out. Very cool. We inlaid a star one.
Can't do it too detailed though.
No, because it'll just burn.
But
we inlaid a star on our, we did for raising money at Orlando for the Reef Relief, we did a like a, it was supposed to be like a starfish, but a star in the bottom for an inlay that with the shell was super cool. Getting the tinges. It's like zeroing the bed on a stupid 3D printer.
Oh my god.
And then we could not get it zeroed right. And then we tried to replace the bed with something that people were like, oh, the glass bed. And then it just further ruined it. And now we don't have
What an upgrade.
We don't have the 3D printer anymore. And if we do, we'll get a different kind if we were going to do that again. But again, we don't have room for it. So
it will be a resin auto leveling.
Oh, you do chips of abalone in the resin and then turn it? Does it chip out? That's the real question. With any material that you put in resin, how does it chip out or not? I don't think I've seen that. I've seen inlays. Obviously, I've seen people cast it as tube in. for abalone shell, and then like it's used a lot in urushi stuff. You hate the glass beds. Yes, it was a flex sheet bed. We shouldn't have messed with it. We did, and it's gone now.
The Ender 3.
Yeah. 30% of the time it'll blow out. Yeah. So for the most part, I stopped making any material that
They're not consistent enough odds.
for what we do. Yeah, we're not willing. And I hate filling voids with CA as we sand or polish or whatever stuff. So if I can avoid it, I'm not doing it. You've done abalone, opal, and ruby. Very cool.
I'll do it and try it, but that just doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Like a staple, I would say.
He's got an Ender 3 and 7 under 3D printers. Is that like what you're running? Is a print business? That's super cool.
Ask how many drones he's got.
Drones. Ella got a drone for Christmas that we still haven't opened because she always asks to play with it like when it's 9 o'clock at night and dark and everyone wants to go to sleep. Anyways, I don't know anything about drones or 3D printers. Other than, what's your favorite of the 3D printers then? If you've got that and 7 other ones, that would be my question to you.
Favorite resin?
8 3D printers, 5 laser engravers, and 3 CNC machines. You must run quite an operation. That is way cool. Seems like a very cool setup.
To get my jaws reconstructed.
Yeah, machines, yeah, are you built yourself a 3D printer? That's the one he uses the most. You are far advanced than what we are. You've never sold any 3D printed item? You just do it for yourself for like hobbies? What kind of stuff do you make then? Because that's really cool. It's so cool. I don't have the patience to mess with computers, go along with those various machines. But I am impressed by people that get to work right. But
maybe now I know a guy.
Yeah, that'd be cool if we had stuff that we needed printed. Well, we know who to ask now. Sent to me from companies that hired you to design the circuits and help with the firmware. Huh. That's why you're good at all the machines then, isn't it? Yeah. Computers aren't my thing. Electronics in general, not my thing. Fire detection circuit on the Orta lasers, a circuit you designed. That is fascinating and very cool and very over my head. Beyond me. Oh my god, they're sticking to everything. I've got the swarf all over my pants now. It's really cool. Yeah, other than this, we've been doing resin and turning things for about 5 years now, full time as our job. Before that, John was in the military and I just was married to him and took care of babies and things.
Doing the hard work.
Yeah, so
hard work, man.
Sure.
Babies are tough.
Just saying. Circuits, other things like that over my head.
Yeah, good job. Good job on the bowl.
I did make it. You made it.
You did a real good job, though.
Oh, thank you. That side looks really good.
The
inside is mediocre.
You did great work.
Mediocre on the inside.
It looks good.
But it's going to have stuff in it, so it won't matter anyways. Right?
I was worried about going too deep on... Because I was thinking about going to the pink.
No, I like this layer.
But you can see that I'd have to go deeper right there. Right?
Yeah.
And then worry about it going right through. I don't want it to go...
These are nice layers.
Yep.
Beautiful.
That's crazy. That's cool. Might as well be able to try what it is that you're working on, you know?
Way cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna... What stuff you make? You're gonna what?
I was gonna clean up and then conclude.
Why don't you just conclude and then clean up? That makes more sense. It's very loud. Drop back.
Well, it was a good time.
Thanks
it was a
for
good
being
time.
here.
Appreciate you hanging out. 3 hours, made a bowl.
Cool bowl.
It's a cool bowl. But now, if you happen to come to a pin show that we'll be at, you'll get to see it in person.
You can pick it up.
That's the plan with it, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to hold, but
probably stickers
stickers
or pins, not like the not enamel, but the acrylic pins.
That's a good idea.
That'll be a good bowl for it. That's probably what I'm going to do. I need to order more for our shows for next year. They went real quick in DC. So many people.
But yes, Michael, good seeing you. And Ben, Sean,
anybody else,
and everybody else. Everybody else. Anybody,
Bye.
everybody. Appreciate y'all being here, hanging out with me in Maverick Workshop. Getting a good time.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Nice.
Hello, other spouse of these guys on the internet, but
That's Michael.
I am bad at names. I've said this. That is very cool. Own a background check company. That's fascinating. But yeah, we're just wrapping up. Nice to meet you, Jessica. I'm Abby. This is John.
Hey, Jessica.
But yeah,
Yes.
it's cold out here and I'm going to go inside now.
All right. Well, appreciate you hanging out, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day. Have a safe weekend.